Hey everyone, it's me, Ultimate Gamer Freak, /UGF, and welcome once again back to another one of my podcasts. Now, today's game that will be running in the background is a Roblox game called Terminal Railways. That's all I'm going to mention, so that's just so you know what game it is if you are watching the video. But as always, you may also just listen to the video, so that's why I try to keep gameplay talk down to low. But, yeah, a lot of stuff has happened within the time of the previous UGF podcast, and let's just get right into it. But first, of course, I gotta spawn the train. So, I think let's get the Let's get rid of the elephant in the room. We all know what it is. And I know it's been difficult for lots of people. Some more so than others, I will say. But the world is in a dark place right now. And it's through these dark places, though, that we look to better ourselves. And that's what we have to look at. Like, while yes, this is a dark place, we go through darkness and through dark times comes self-improvement. And I've been seeing quite a bit of that. I've been seeing people pick up new hobbies, and I think that is really cool and is needed. And I'm happy that people are picking up new hobbies, getting rid of bad habits. Yeah. And I know that, like, many people would like to leave their homes, go to places and stuff, but sadly we cannot do that because of COVID-19. And my state, I don't believe, has called in shelter in place yet. We have called in the National Guard, but we haven't called in shelter in place yet, so we are still able to go outside. But I know for many other states that is not the case. Like California, I know has initiated shelter in place. I believe New York has. And I do feel sorry for those who are in shelter in place. To be quite frank, I kind of hope that my state doesn't call in shelter in place yet because of another issue that I've been having. But I think keep going strong. We will make it out of this dark situation. And hopefully we will be a better species because of this. We'll hopefully have better habits. We'll know what to do the next time there is a pandemic. Like maybe not take all the toilet paper. Bad lads. But this dark time should hopefully better the way we do things. And yeah, and then again, yes, I am an optimistic person. I always look for the better in dark times. And you could say that this is just my optimism, but I really do truly believe that this event will have bettered us as a species. But I'm going to move away from that because I'm not a health professional. If you want to watch a health professional's view on it, I recommend Dr. Mike. That's where I learned most of what was happening from. So, I recommend Dr. Mike. But yeah, so that's all I'm going to talk about for the COVID, because as I said, I'm not a professional, and I'm not going to try to be a professional. I'm not going to put any medical views on or anything like that. I'm just going to say that, yes, I know quarantine is hard, and we're going to get through this. Moving along to the other issue that I mentioned, that is actually a reason why I don't want Nevada to get into a shelter-in-place, is because my dad is, by the time this has gone out, my dad has been in the hospital for 3 months. Actually, I believe by the time this is recorded, he's been in the hospital for 3 months. I have to check. But there's a high chance he's going to be released within the week of recording or the week of upload. If we enter a shelter in place, I don't believe we will be able to get him. And
the next station is Roslyn. Doors
it has
on the right
been
side.
hard on my family not having my dad be here for 3 months. And my word, we're not looking forward to the hospital bills. Then again, we're going to be suing the company that is at fault for what happened to pay for the hospital bills, and I think a little bit more. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to get into what's going to happen, because as I said, that's more personal matters, and I don't really want to intrigue on that. So my dad should be home soon, and that's gonna help relieve a lot of the stress that me and my family are going through right now. It's only a matter of time. Now, thankfully though, recording videos has helped. It has helped quite a bit. I don't think I would have really been able to.
The next station is Alliard East. Doors opening on the right side.
I don't really think I would have easily have been able to well, not easily. I think I would have had a harder time if it wasn't for going back to recording videos. I honestly do believe that recording videos helped a lot. So, and like, it's like something to always think about. If you're having a hard time with something, do something that you like. Like, let's say you enjoy playing an instrument. Okay, well, like, imagine, like, all of a sudden something horrible happens, or like you just start to have a really hard time. Start to play that instrument more. You if you're already playing it, and possibly play it more if you want, or like do something that you enjoy, because it will help you. And it's not. I don't even need to be a psychologist to say that. Like, it makes sense that it would help you.
The next station is Alliard East. Doors opening on the right side.
So, like, yeah, like, if you're ever going through a hard time, do something that you enjoy. A lot. For me, it was recording videos and playing games. It helped relieve some of the stress I was going through. Does it stop the hard times? No. And it's not meant to stop. It's not meant to stop stop how you feel about the situation. It's just meant to help. But yeah, like that's my advice. If you're going through a hard time, find something that you like to do a lot and do it. Whether playing video games, drawing, making music, playing music, whatever it is, just do it whenever you have the chance, because it will help. Now, moving along from darkness, well, I guess kind of into more darkness. I just gotta say, what the heck, YouTube? Why? And if you don't understand what I am talking about, when I came back, which I think was like 2 weeks ago, and I uploaded, I didn't know that there was a change.
Doors opening on the right
I
side.
had no idea there was a change. And what that change is if you are viewed as a family-friendly channel, or whatever, like you have that check marked or whatever, you no longer get end credits, or the end screen. You don't get the option to do that. And I don't understand why. Like, I understand disabling the comments, and I was like, alright, it sucks, but life goes on. I have a Discord channel. But the end screen? That I do not understand. I do not understand why they disabled the end screen for not family friendly, child oriented channels. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense.
The next station is Eldershire Central. Doors opening on the left side.
It really makes no sense. And it's like, and if you're asking, well, why doesn't that make sense? What does the end screen have to do with advertising to any other channel? That's the key word, any other channel, or any other thing. The whole entire COPA situation is to protect children from cookies and collection and stuff. And maybe I would understand the YouTube suggest thing, I would understand that, but and I would understand if that wasn't there anymore, if you didn't have the option to do that. But no, they just got rid of everything. You still got to remember that there were other end screen boxes that the YouTuber had options to use. Things like videos you would suggest, or playlist, or what was the other thing? There's another thing. But it's just like, why can we not use those? Because as I said, I understand not being able to use what YouTube would recommend, because that would be collecting data off of children, which is what COPA is protecting from. But the whole entire the YouTuber selects a video or whatever, I don't understand why that is gone. That's what does not make sense. And yet that's how it is. I no longer have the ability to put on a video of my choice or a playlist of my choice to send people who are done with the video. I mean, granted, yes, I don't think anyone has ever, in my analytics, arrived out to the end of the video. But my analytics did say there are a few people who did watch the whole entire video. But it's just, I can't do it anymore. And I don't understand why. As I said, I understand the YouTube suggested, but not the YouTuber selected ones. Those should still be an option. And yet they're not. And am I mad about that?
Doors opening on the right side.
Yes. I am pretty mad at that. And I feel like I have a right to be mad at that. But given YouTube's previous incidences, they're not going to listen. They just won't listen. I honestly don't think that the way they handled the whole entire Copa situation was the correct way either. Like, yes, I do feel like the whole entire comment thing, yes, that makes sense. But like, I understand the punishment, or the way it's handled, but when they announced the Copa thing, my word, was that really annoying. And if you're not understanding what I'm talking about, I literally mean what they said was, hey, if you make child-oriented content, you gotta click that box. That's basically what they said. They didn't give you anything to inform you on if you are making child-oriented content or not. There was basically nothing. You, the YouTuber, basically had to guess if you were making if you're making child-oriented content. They really did not make it clear. And that is more so what I'm annoyed about. Is the fact that they didn't make it clear. And I think they kind of even admitted that they did that on purpose. It's like, and they're like, yeah, we can't give you any legal advice. I was like, yeah, sure, yeah. But that doesn't mean you can't tell us what is child-oriented and not. That the whole entire child-oriented thing has nothing to do with legal advice. If you need to, and what I'm taking from that is, YouTube doesn't even know what is child-oriented. And it's like, in that situation, you know what you do? You go to the people who are in charge of Copa, or Copa, whatever the heck it's pronounced. I think it's Copa, but I can't remember. You go to them, and you ask, hey, what is child-oriented? So that we can actually inform our YouTubers on what is child-oriented. Because we don't know. And I highly doubt they know. So what is child-oriented content? So we know, so we can inform our YouTubers what is child-oriented. Because as I said, the whole entire reason why my channel is child-oriented is because I had no idea where that line is. Because it was unclear. And I took the steps to protect myself from a fine that I'm not sure if I deserve. If things ever become clear on what is child oriented and I don't fit under those and I don't fit under that bracket, then I will turn it off. But even now, I don't think it's really clear on what is child oriented. And it's annoying. It really is. But given previous events in history, YouTube doesn't care sometimes. YouTube now thinks of it more as a corporation instead of a part of the community. And while yes, you are now a bigger company and you need to start thinking more like a corporation, you also need to keep that sense of community. But YouTube has lost that. YouTube has lost the sense of community with their own platform. And you can literally look at the YouTube rewinds, and you can easily see it. It is right there, right in the public. The reason why and of course this is in reference to what Matt Pat said, of course.
The next station is Northwell.
The reason why the YouTube rewinds aren't good anymore is because of that very reason. They're just not treating us as a family anymore. And it is annoying. I will admit, it is really annoying. Like, we even have a YouTuber union now, because YouTube doesn't care anymore from what it looks like. Now, does YouTube care? Probably, but from the way they treat stuff, it doesn't feel like it. And especially for smaller channels. I mean, I'm not going to count myself because I'm so small that I'm insignificant. But, like, the channels with 1,000 viewers and stuff, like, yeah, shouldn't you be caring about them as well? Because it doesn't feel like it. And of course, you go in trending, and it's new. It's like news channels, or like late night talk shows and stuff, like with Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. And it's just like, that's not what YouTube was built upon. I understand that you are trying to do that, but no, you need to start focusing on the community that builds your platform. That being content creators who are not big channels. I mean, I know Jimmy Kimmel is fun. Oh, not Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Kimmel, he seems pretty fun too, but... And you would think that I would know Jimmy Kimmel more since I went to the same high school as him. Not at the same time, but... I mean, evidently, because I'm, like, way younger than him. But... I went to, like, my high school and his high school are the exact same. But... Like, yeah, they're funny and stuff, but they're not what built YouTube. Creators are what built YouTube. Individual people who recorded videos, probably for fun at the beginning. Especially at the beginning, if they were there at the beginning of YouTube. They just made it for fun. Because monetization wasn't a thing yet. But they are who's important. Not these other channels, or these other big companies. And I feel YouTube has lost that. Now, I'm gonna move away from the drama, because that's what that is. That's drama. I'm gonna move away from the drama that is YouTube, and go into somewhat less dark and hard-hitting things. I'm sorry about the editing. I know the editing has been not great, and it's gonna be like that for a little while. Not because I don't understand how to use my platform, but because there are things going on, events, and I think the biggest event, the one that I am punching into, is the War Thunder event that's going on, the grinding event. That is the event that I'm going to be focusing on. My main target is the Puma. Don't care about the ship or the plane. And the Object 296, well, it looks fun from what I understand. A lot of people are giving out warnings that it's not going to be fun for all too long, because it's probably going to, and I think one person I heard said that it's probably going to become the Russian equivalent of the E100, where it just has a ridiculously high repair cost because it's good, or well, not because it's good. E100, I'm not gonna say the E100 is great. I mean, it is good, but it's not. It's also not good. The only entire reason why the E100 has such a high repair cost is because the people who got it are good at the game. And Gaijin's little thing where, in order to balance a really good vehicle is to up its repair cost, is annoying. It is super annoying. They need to stop. They need to find a different way, because that is not how you do it. Because then you get event vehicles like the E100, where it's a bunch of good players getting ridiculous repair costs because the players are good at the game. And that is the reason why it is good. But so yeah, but I'm not really looking at the Object 296 anymore. What I'll do instead is sell the parts and stuff and get the VFW, because if there is one thing I do regret, it was not getting the VFW. I was really close to getting it, and then I was just like, I don't want to play anymore, and I lost it. So, and I regret that decision. Now, even though it now has hull brake, which hull brake is broken. I'll talk about that in a minute. I still want it. It still looks like a amazingly fun vehicle to play, and I still really want it. That being said, yeah. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna end up trying to get the VFW instead, because that's more of what I'm into. Now, moving from that event to the event that ended 2 days ago as a recording of this, the space race, or not space race,
The next
Space
Space
Thunder event.
On the right side.
The Space Thunder event, you had the ability to get a tradable paint, which for some reason sold for a lot of money. Like, it was, yeah, you if you sold that, you were pretty good. I want to see what's this way. And yeah, so that's what I was going for. The VFW was to sell the paint, and yeah, but that didn't happen. But I was playing that event for quite a bit, and I do have to say it was a rather fun event. I will admit it was rather fun, but there were problems with it. And of course, you're looking at me. It's like it's an April Fool's event. Of course, there's gonna be problems with it, but why should you care? Well, because I think these problems kind of made it less enjoyable than it should have been. And so, like, I'm gonna say a few things about that event that I didn't really like. The last one being something that really makes no sense at all. But the first one is the scout. My word, was the scout annoying. Now, granted, the close quarter combat one was kind of the counter for the scout. Close quarter combat is kind of the counter for everything. But even with that, they were ridiculously hard to hit. Ridiculously hard. But yeah, like I really did not like the scouts, and there are multiple games where it got really annoying because majority of the enemy team would be in scouts. And it's just like, yo, like, I would like to actually enjoy it. But no, instead we have scouts all over the place sniping you from across the map, and you can't hit them. So the scouts were really annoying. Which does transition to the next thing, the circle. The little, like, aim indicator. I don't know what to say about that. Like, sometimes it would be great. You shot at it and you would hit. Or you shoot in the general vicinity, you would hit. But other times I felt like it was just a complete red herring. You shot at it, you weren't gonna hit. You had to shoot like 10 feet in front. And that's ridiculous. And now you may be saying, well, then that would just make it extremely easy. But the problem is, though, it's just like, look at arcade. You shoot at the circle, you're gonna hit. I don't see why it wasn't the same situation. And if it was the way it reacts in the arcade, where if you shoot at that circle, you're gonna hit, most likely, the scouts wouldn't have been a problem. Because you shot at the circle, you're gonna hit the scout. Maybe add in an ability for one of the vehicles that would disrupt the little circle, make it hard for you to aim at it, or like if you shot at it, it wouldn't hit. But like, the scout, definitely don't give that to the scout by any means necessary. The scout does not deserve that, or didn't deserve that, because it's over. The scout did not deserve that. Did not deserve that, because the scout was cancerous enough. Third thing is the support. The support, I felt like was too cheap. Too cheap. Because, okay, you got the support, alright. Fire your missiles. If you hit all 4 missiles and then died, you had the ability to spawn into another support. And you know how often I saw that? Really often. Now then again, and I think if you remember what I said earlier, you know what's about to come. The counter to that was close quarter, because the close quarter had the grenades, which were able to destroy the missile. But even then, you had to be able to hit the plane with the grenades. You had to be able to hit it with the grenades. Which was sometimes hard to do. Like, it was hard to do sometimes.
The next station is Allard East. Doors opening on the right side.
But, as I said, I felt like the support was too cheap. And that did kind of ruin the fun a few times. Now the big thing. The loss of motion control. Made no sense. It made absolutely no sense for what happened when you lost motion control to happen. No sense at all. And so, if you didn't play the event, what happened was you lost motion control, all the thrusters would start to fire. And I think they started firing randomly. Now, now you might be like, well, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. And let me tell you why.
The next station is Allard East.
Imagine, so these things were made to go out for their equivalent of a spacewalk. Now imagine something happens to your motion controls on that thing when you're doing a space walk. Like, for some reasons, they're faulty wiring or something breaks. Would you have all the thrusters initiate? Or would you put in a failsafe which would cut off all thrusters so that you wouldn't spin in a spiral and go out of control? Think about it. The question should be rather easy. Why would you make all the thrusters go out? You would put a failsafe. If you're NASA, would put a failsafe. It just doesn't make sense for that to be what happened. And I believe we already actually have equipment that is similar to what was in the game. We have similar equipment to that. Just doesn't make sense. Because I believe that equipment has failsafes for that exact situation. And the best case of what to do is to cut off all thrusters if the motion control system breaks down. Yes, you'll be left drifting, but that's better than spiraling out of control and losing where you were even losing your space station. So, yes, I had a huge problem with that, and I felt really annoyed that that's what Gaijin decided to do. I would have felt, even in a gameplay look at things, it would have been a better system and a more enjoyable system to just have you drift off if your motion controls broke down. Now, it's obvious, though. It is rather obvious what they did. And it's literally what they did was, for the motion controls thing, they took the way a plane reacts to a torn wing. That's exactly what that was. Because what happens when a plane loses its wings? It spirals out of control. And the spiral path is actually very similar to what we saw in the event.
The next station is Roslyn. Doors opening on the right side.
That's what they did. And yeah, I'm pretty annoyed at that. I don't see a reason for what they did. And it annoys me that they did it. Because it just doesn't make sense at all. You would never, ever have all thrusters burst off randomly if your control system went down. You would never do that. Because it's stupid to do that. And that's how you get people killed in real life. Am I overreacting? Probably. But when it comes to things like that, I don't see a reason for a stupid mistake like that to be made. A stupid decision like that should not have been made. Now, I don't know what your Russian space program is doing, but if that's what they're doing with their stuff, you might need new scientists, because that is stupid. That is stupid. That's where I'm going to leave that, because I'm already starting to get agitated remembering that and that event. As I said, I probably am overreacting, but that's just what I do. But yeah. So, leaving Space Thunder behind, going back to the space race. So yeah, I'm still gonna be doing the space race. As I said, I need asbestos. That resource is, for some reason, really hard to get. It's annoying. But I'm working on getting my first rocket, and then grabbing the turret, and then just saving that turret until the 13th, where I can trade it in for the Puma. And then continue the event to sell the other parts. I wonder if I'll be able to sell like the final parts, because if I can, then that's probably what I'll end up selling. But yeah, so I will be somewhat busy doing the grinding event, which is literally called Space Race. But yeah, and going back even further, as I said, I am sorry that my videos are not that great, editing wise. Once these events are over and things calm down, rest assured, editing will get better. I will spend more time editing the videos. But yeah, but at the moment, that's not really my priority, because I want the Puma and I want the VFW. So I'm going to try my hardest to get that stuff. Now, there is a Easter event going on Roblox right now. Might do some of that. Depends. Probably will do some of that in the morning, whatever. Like after I'm done editing and stuff. But yeah, so it's gonna be a little while before things get better.
The next station is Roslyn. Doors opening on the right side.
I'm gonna make a decision right now. I'm going to change the channel icon, or the logo, whatever. It's not complete yet, but currently my friend who is supposed to be doing it hasn't been doing it, and it's just like I have a rough draft, and I'll just have it be that until we get a better version of it. But at the moment, yeah. And so I'm gonna start updating things and stuff. Probably by the time this comes out, it's already been updated. There'll be a new logo. There'll be a new UGF Podcast thumbnail, which, ooh, you saw it if you clicked on this video. But yeah, like, I'm gonna update it because I'm kind of tired of waiting, and these I've been looking at updating for quite a while now, and so I'm just gonna do it.
The next
Even though it's the channel logo isn't done yet. We've been working on this for over a year. I need to start asking him to continue working on it. It's just his internet's been trash because he didn't even have a router, a working router for a little while. But don't worry. I'm gonna start working on this. But yeah, so military-wise, because as many of you guys may know, I've been trying to get into the military. No progress, because my dad still is recovering. And my voice isn't fully back yet either. I'm still recovering from the flu, but because I got devastated. That's why you take vaccines, kids. Because the one time I didn't get the flu shot, I get my butt handed to me by the flu. So take the flu shot.
The next station is Value.
And if your parents are anti-vaxxers, I am sorry. I am so sorry for their stupidity. Because it is just ridiculous to be an anti-vaxxer. I don't understand. I really do not. But not my life that they're ruining. They're just deciding to ruin their own child's life. And I really do feel bad for kids with anti-vax parents. I really do. I don't think anyone should have to go through that.
The next station is Lyncher. Doors opening on the right side.
But yeah. Get your vaccines if you can. If you can. But yeah, but anyway, back to the military. No progress. I'm gonna, once I get my voice fully back, I will call up who I need to call and get the paperwork I need, and then call the recruiter to see if there's a way where we can continue the recruitment process while still social distancing and stuff. Honestly, it may just be that what we'll end up doing is sending the paperwork by mail on over and doing an interview over the phone. Because yes, even for the military, you kind of still need to do an interview. No, it's not like a normal interview though, but it's their version of an interview. They ask you medical questions about yourself. But yeah, so once my voice comes fully back, yeah. Other channels. I'm gonna start working on getting the UGF Uncensored channel going, getting the podcast for that channel going as well, seeing as we're in quarantine now. don't see a reason why we cannot start. The UGF crates. I have a kit. I don't have the paint I want for the kit yet, though. And the problem is I can't get the paint I want through Amazon. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck in a pickle. I mean, maybe I could paint it whatever color I want, but because the kit I have right now is an X-Wing Y-Wing kit. They're supposed to be white. They're painted white, and I like the idea of a white because it looks nice, but if I have to, I will paint it a different color. I mean, they were not all white. They were green X-Wings. So, and I do have green. So, actually, actually, I might do that. I'll probably paint a green, the X-Wing green. So, do look at subscribing to the UGF Crates channel. There should hopefully be videos coming up soon of me working on the X-Wing. The Y-Wing, I don't know. I haven't seen many. Haven't seen many.
The next station is Eldershire Central. Doors opening on the left
I'm not
side.
nearly as familiar with the Y-Wing as the X-Wing. I can look at pictures and see what they're painted as, but I believe they're usually white and yellow. I don't think I've ever seen any green Y-Wings, so the Y-Wing will probably have to wait, but probably will end up painting the X-Wing green, which actually won't look bad, I don't think. I just wish that instead of the red stripes for the X-Wing, I had blue, because I prefer blue. Blue is a nicer color, in my opinion, than red. Especially for space. I don't know what it is, but for space, white, blue, purple, and black are the colors I associate. Now, purple kind of makes sense because supernovas are purple. Like the clouds in supernovas and stuff are a lot of times purple. If you go to the, I think they're called dark spots on Earth. What is a dark spot? It's spots on Earth where you can go to, and at night you can see the Milky Way. Like those really beautiful space pictures taken from Earth, those are taken from dark spots. And I think that there's two that are relatively close to me, one in California and two in Utah. And I kind of want to go to the Utah one because it's in a forest. And yeah, I do at some point look at getting a camera and taking a picture of it because
the next station is Eldershire South.
I find space beautiful, but I find blue, black, purple, and white to be kind of like the space colors. And a lot of times, spaceships always imagine being blue and white, or black and purple. That's what I imagine. But but we're actually getting close to the end. But yeah, so UGF crates, UGF music. We'll see. I might try to make music, but don't have your hopes up too high because, yeah. I do plan on making a rendition of Katusha, which is a Russian folk song, because I was working on it back in high school. A Katusha rendition for flute and clarinet. I kind of got stuck on certain things, but possibly look forward to seeing that get finished and put onto the music channel, but don't get your hopes too high. Don't expect the music channel to really be making anything. There are music that I want to do, but involves singing, which at the moment I can sing, but I don't have my full range yet. Because as I said, I'm still recovering from sickness. So I don't have my full range yet. But I have plans to sing. But the problem though is more so, one, I don't really have too much experience with making music. So I think I'm kind of afraid of it not turning out as I want. But and then the second thing is, I kind of more like videos to be associated with the music. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, so I probably will end up just making music like aviator styles. But at some point, I do want to make videos for the music. But yeah, so music channel, don't really expect anything, but something may come up, who knows. But, yeah, running out of time. And I'm running out of things to talk about. So, yeah, I would like to thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy listening to this podcast, please do smash that like button. And if you're at all new to this channel, if you've been here before but that subscribe button is still red, please do click it and also ring that notification bell so you get notified the next time I upload. I would like to once again thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.